living its awareness and some of the things that I notice. One of the things, right, is, just for an example, what's happening right now, let me just share that, is my aunt and my mum have gone for a walk, and I'm not sure if they're back yet, and I'm down in my little granny flat, and the main house is way up there, and yeah, they're at the beach somewhere, they've gone for a little walk, and I just looked at my dog, and I was like, hey, Odin, all mentally. Well, I can't remember if I said it out loud, but maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I said like, oh, hey, where's Arnie and Mum? Are they back yet? And he's looking up there, looking at the house, sussing it out. And I just then all of a sudden go into this daze and I stare at the dog. And this has happened a lot. And I'm staring at him, and as I'm looking at him, and he's sort of sniffing and looking straight at the house, and he's in this zone space. It's like he's finding out where they are, because I've asked him, where are they? And are they back yet? And he's like, it's like his ears have gone up, he's sniffing, and I can see this image. And when I tune into him, I can see that Mum and Auntie are like, I get this flash, this image of them walking on, like, they're walking home. They're walking home right now, and they're nearly home, actually. But Auntie's slow, so they're just, Mum's holding her, and they're sort of walking up the path. And yeah, that's what happened when I tuned into the dog, and I see these images. And anyone can do this, but the thing is, we don't trust these images. You think it's just you thinking it, or you're imagining it, or you're making it up, and sometimes not even conscious of it because your mind's so busy. It's when your mind is still, then you start perceiving these things. But then the next step is if you're going to believe these things or not. You have to be quite a clear vessel, quite a clear human. So I think Auntie, so for you to even perceive these things. The dog now is just going up there and looking. I think Auntie's home. Auntie and Mum have just arrived home. That would mean that the vision that I saw is correct. And then you can get these confirmations. And now when I go up and see Auntie and Mum and see where they are, and then ask them, and see, were you walking down the street? Were you holding Auntie's hand? Were you wearing these sort of clothes? Depends on how tuned in you are. Were you having this kind of conversation? You can tap into all these things just through yourself, just with intention. When you focus your intention on a person, in this sense, I was focusing on the dog, and the dog was trying to find them. And so I travel through the dog, and the dog is awareness, and the dog's extrasensory being to tap in to the question that I asked. But I can do this myself. I can just tap into Auntie and Mum, close my eyes and focus and see what comes up. And then, trust. And, well, let's allow something to unfold within you. And once it does, trust those things that come up. And then go and ask them, and see you can go and get the confirmation. This is where it's about speaking your truth, because it's quite scary, or it's quite disconcerting, or you don't want to be ridiculed. But especially when it's with friends and family, you can ask them. So, the dog's just gone up to the front of the house, so maybe I should go up and see if they're back yet, and then get the confirmation. And I will be back with an update. So I'm walking up now. Let's have a look. Oh my God, so when did you get back?
About 5 minutes maybe?
5 minutes?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't even know why.
Alright, cool. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, good, because I was just doing something. And I was walking up here, and I was seeing because I asked the dog, where's Arnie and Mum? It's like, are they back yet? And the dog paused, and it started looking, and it's like his ears went up, and it's sniffing the air, and it's like, okay, it's standing down there looking at the house, and it's going, and I'm thinking, and then I just zone out, and I just tap into the dog, right, and I can see you guys walking down the street, right, and you're sort of holding Auntie, walking slow.
Oh my God, I was! I took her hand.
Yeah, you had her arm in arm.
First I was cuddling her like this.
Yeah.
And then I put her hands on top of her.
Yeah, I saw you grab her hand, and then you were walking, and I was like, oh, they're nearly home. And the dog was like, yeah, they're nearly home. So then I'm recording all this to teach people, to show people the perception when you're still, and this is what happens. So everyone can do this. But you have to believe in signs and believe in the images that you're getting. Don't doubt it. Yeah. And then I thought I'll do it all live, so so I can show them, and so as I was walking up here, so then I'm recording, and then I noticed that all of a sudden the dog starts coming up here, And I think, oh, they must be here soon, they must be coming home. So I'm talking away, then I go and talk to, say, like, to see Lachlan in bed, and then I walk up here, and then here I am. And then you're here, sitting here. Yeah, and that's the end of the story. And that's how you get the confirmation, speaking your truth, saying it all out loud. I'm lucky I've got a family unit that's here that, is on the same vibe, or mum is anyway. And you can get that confirmation, and that's what makes it amazing, and that's what really reinforces the belief in these abilities and these natural abilities that come from just that spaciousness, that really resting as awareness, realizing that you are that one awareness. And it's not just about being that one awareness, yeah, woohoo, but then what can you actually do? And this is proof of some of these natural abilities. So like you can call it remote viewing, I'm tapping into the dog consciousness, but I can just tap into you. I didn't have to go through the dog, but in that case I did. And this is like how you can use nature to expand your consciousness. You know what I mean? Because ultimately we are nature. So it's just giving yourself a permission slip. I'm giving myself a permission slip to use a dog for this example, But I could easily just tap into you myself. So this is what happens, but this is the example.